Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about how to persist in positive thinking even when you don't feel like it or when you don't want to, because this is a skill that is incredibly important when you are faced with challenging circumstances and you really don't know what to do with them. So what you're going to do is you're going to forget that you live in this reality. You're going to remember that circumstances in your life are not only always changing, but they are malleable and they're never fixed, no matter what anyone says. Your circumstances are literally never fixed. There's never a time in your life where everything is going to stay the exact same way that it is at that moment. So every single moment you have whatever's going on around you, but it's never going to stay that way forever. Or even honestly a moment longer. Like literally it's going to change very shortly. So being able to appreciate it at that second is very important, and also choosing to think from the place of what you do want is incredibly useful, because once you start doing that, everything else will kind of come naturally. And being able to look at everything with positivity and some sort of joy will be your greatest friend when you're creating life of your dreams. And also just appreciating yourself. Like if things are stressing you out, if there's certain topics, certain things in your life that are really stressing you out and you don't know what to do with them, just know that it's going to change so quickly once you start thinking about it in a positive way, and that if you can, to get rid of those circumstances, to take yourself out of environments that make you feel upset or uncomfortable. If you're working in a place that you feel is toxic, if you have family that every time you're around feel very toxic, anything like that, you look at that and you tell yourself, is my peace worth less than whatever this is? And then you make your decision from there. Because I know everyone talks about like cortisol and whatever all the time these days, but there are periods in my life where I feel a lot more stressed out. There's periods in my life where I feel a lot less stressed out. And usually it's because either factor is being added or removed, and I can see the difference. I can see the difference in everything in my life. In my appearance, in my mood, in my routine in my life, in things I attract to myself. Everything changes based on how stressed or stressed less I am. And sometimes you just have to be very selfish about that. You just have to completely tune in on only yourself and be completely selfish about feeling no stress. That goes into positive thinking, because if you're eliminating any circumstances that could cause the opposite, then you're just doing yourself a favor in your ability to think positively. So that's something that people really don't do enough. Like I hear my friends complain about certain things that I hear them talk about, and I'm like, that is the easiest fix ever. You can literally change that so quickly with either your thinking or your actions. You can change it so incredibly quickly. It does not have to be fixed that way. You do not have to keep it that way. And when you're seeing something in front of you and you don't like what you're seeing, that is something that you are absolutely allowed to change in your mind. You don't have to stick with that story at all. Like that story is not something that you completely have to stick to. You're not binded to that. You're not being defined by the circumstance. You can literally just choose to be like, yeah, you know what? Actually, it's completely different than what it's looking like right now. And if you tell yourself that, and if you believe in that, then that's how it's going to be. And I know it's a strange concept to put your head around, but you are everything. You are so powerful. You are all that is. You are worthy of everything you want. You are worthy of joy, love, happiness, all of the above. And you are amazing. I love you.